Welcome to Cinecrity, where we get real with cult films. I'm your host Thomas. I'm here with my brother and my co-host, my bro-host. Hello. On this Minisode, we're looking at the latest release, Borderlands. Yep, directed by Eli Roth, written by Eli Roth, co-written by Joe Crombie, which is apparently a pseudonym for Craig Mazin that people know from the Last of Us TV series. Right. And he wrote the Chernobyl TV series, but before that he was working on things like Scary Movie 3, Scary Movie 4, Superhero Movie. So he took a turn into more drama. Yeah. And then we've got Borderlands. That's assuming IMDb's trivia on Joe Crombie is correct about it being Craig Mazin. Anyway, it stars Cate Blanchett as Lilith, Kevin Hart as Roland, Edgar Ramirez as Atlas. He has a first name, but I can't remember what it is. Jamie Lee Curtis as Talis, Ariana Greenblatt as Tiny Tina, Florian Munteanu, I hope I'm saying that right, as Krieg, Jack Black as the voice of Claptrap. Then we've got Janina Gavankar as Nox, Oliver Richtus as Crom, Benjamin Byron Davis as Marcus, Gina Gershon as Moxie. That's pretty much the rounding of the cast. Yeah. Janina Gavankar as Nox seems to be emergence of Commander Steele and General Nox. Yeah. And I said that Oliver Richter's was Crom, but Crom seems to be dressed like Mouthpiece. Yeah. So there's some odd character changes there. Yeah. Tanis is a little off, I think. They've aged her up for reasons that this story requires, I guess. Yeah. Without spoiling. And there are a few changes from the games, but other than that, I didn't think it was all that bad. No. It has the tone of the games quite well. Yeah. Just a little bloodless. Yeah. A lot of the other things seem quite accurate. Yeah, the look, the vibe, the music. Creature designs as well, vehicle designs. Yeah. Costumings and sets I thought looked pretty spectacular and quite accurate. There were certain areas where it's like, it's obvious where it is from the games. Yeah. Which I thought was pretty cool. Yeah. Then there's some parts where they've changed the design from the games, but they've tried to obviously make the more urban areas in the games a little more lived in and vibing. Yeah. So there's more activity. I just mentioned it was bloodless, but it felt like it was R-rated, or a certificate 15 if you're in the UK. Yeah. Because the action scenes don't have... Normally you would have your hero shooting like you get in this film, and then it would cut to the villain spatter scenes, and we weren't really getting the bloodshots. No. Well, but we got bloodshots. Yeah. In terms of characters, they're like the even more depraved psychos. Yeah. And the psychos look great, and Krieg was phenomenal in this. He's not one of my favourite characters in the games because I just find him awful to play as. But in this, he worked really well with Tiny Tina. Their chemistry just worked. And now the characters bonded. Claptrap was phenomenal. It's the most I've enjoyed Jack Black since The Holiday. I'll be honest, I'm not a big Jack Black fan. I'm not a big Kevin Hart fan either, and I didn't actually mind him in this. No, he just kind of required of it. Yeah. Lilith, I thought, looked fantastic. The costuming for Lilith and so on. And Cate Blanchett looks the part and sounds the part of Lilith, I think, as well. Yeah. Did that really well. Her natural voice is just quite Lilith-like anyway for anyone that's played the games. So that was nice. Greenblatt I thought was pretty decent as Tiny Tina. Yeah. I think that's more down to the writing. Not that she's a bad actress, but the part was just clearly written. Yeah. Well enough. Yeah. Yeah. The cinematography on this was quite interesting because it looks, for the most part, I think, like the video game. And when I looked up the cinematographer, he's a guy called Roger Stoffers. And he works normally in drama and comedy. As far as I'm aware, this is like his only big, outlandish, blockbustery type film. I mean, he's worked with Eli Roth before because they did The House with All the Clocks in Its Walls together and the remake of Death Wish together. Yeah. So it's not that he hasn't worked with Eli Roth. It's just the fact when you look at his back catalogue, they're normally more scaled dramas. Yeah. So it was nice to see that he's got some variation and an understanding of what he's doing. Not credited as a director, but Tim Miller did some second unit stuff on this for sure. In fact, I forgot to check second unit director.
Yeah, he was credited as executive producer.
Yes, yeah, he was, yeah. The vehicle designs were pretty decent. It looked like they had some model work, not just CGI for the vehicles. I'm not 100% on that, but it felt that way in one of the chase scenes towards the front half, well, in the front half of the movie.
Yeah. I actually quite enjoyed the car chase, though. That it's rare we get a good...
Yeah, there's not particularly many anymore in films, is there?
I may have, but it was pretty good for the movie you're watching.
Yeah. I quite like the fact they had songs from the games play.
Yeah.
In its soundtrack.
Yeah.
They weren't
big rock pop song you were expecting.
No.
Classics or...
No, I don't. I liked where they were placed, but there was something about the timing of the placement felt a little off.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if that's also because they normally played in these action scenes, and I feel they've been edited to get an lower age rating.
Yeah.
So it's messed a little with the timing placement of the music. I'm not sure. And I've just found the second unit director and assistant. And Tim Miller is not credited there. But there were reports at the time that the film was having severe reshoots by Tim Miller, but it doesn't appear so on IMDb anyway. That doesn't mean it's not true.
No. The original music made for the film was by Steve Jablonsky.
Okay.
He mostly works with Michael Bay.
Right.
On like the Transformers, whatnot. So he's not really new to big blockbuster movies, but I think he did a good job at replicating some of the games like original music as well. I think he captured that well.
As a fan of the games, I really don't have much problem with this film other than it's a little bloodless, which I'm assuming is for marketing to bring in a wider audience over the summer holidays.
Yeah.
I would say check it out and make up your own opinion, because it's reportedly not doing particularly well, although we've just come back from a rather late screening on opening day, and it's the busiest our cinema's been in a while, I would say, for a film on opening day.
Yeah.
At the latest showing we went to, so I was quite surprised.
Yeah.
There's clearly an audience out there for this. It just feels like people wanted to hate this movie before it got anywhere.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. I'm just a bit gutted that it never got to release when it was originally supposed to.
I feel like some of the gaming fans might just be complaining because the characters are Jones.
Yeah, it is a little off-putting.
It's not the first game characters. Then after that, they'll probably go like, oh, well, it's not my favourite characters either.
And general audiences felt like it was trying to be Guardians of the Galaxy from its original trailer release.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. Which it's not trying to be Guardians. I think if you watch the film, you'll realise it's not trying to be Guardians.
No.
It just so happens that Guardians of the Galaxy has quite a similar design as well for costuming to what Borderlands has.
Yeah.
The games of Borderlands are cel-shaded. Obviously, that's not going to do for film unless you rotoscope. But they really made great use of colour in this film, I thought, to really liven up the characters and give it a surreal feeling.
Yeah.
Because it's not, Borderlands isn't something that's serious anyway, so it's just there for light-hearted, dumb fun, and I think this movie did that quite well. Yeah. There's some bits I could get into, but I really don't want to spoil this. I would just say go watch it and have a good time with it.
Yeah.
Just be open to it being dumb fun, which it's supposed to be, because that's what Borderlands is supposed to be. They're not serious video games.
No.
The lore is quite serious, but it's never played in such a serious manner.
No. I think if you enjoy the video games, then you should enjoy the... It's very similar.
Yeah.
Very, very... It captures it very well.
Yeah.
And even if you don't know the games, I think it's just a fun ride.
Yeah. If you don't know the games, it is like Thomas just said, it is a fun ride.
Yeah. Characters are great. The story's good enough. Action's good. You know,
the action should be better, but I think that's, again, because they've edited it for lack of blood. I am genuinely hoping there's a Certificate 15 release for when it comes to DVD and Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Because I'll be picking that up on release day, I think. Ideally a steelbook if any. Put one out.
Put it with your Madam Web.
I ain't got it yet, but I want it. I want my steelbook Madam Web. Closing thoughts, or is that it? We're done?
We're done.
Okay, we're done here. So that's Borderlands from Eli Roth, I guess. Our next episode is Saturday, as usual. It's The Crow.
Yep.
thank you for listening, and tune in on Saturday for a full episode of The Crow.
See you there.
Or hear us there, I think he meant to say.